join us. The crash, sir, is one of the worst hit accident involving the South Korean airline since the Korean Air jet slammed into a hill in Guam. That was back in the year 1997, and this is now going to be recorded as one of the worst hit accident in the aviation sector since then. The crash at that point of time killed 229 out of the 255 people on board. But the details that in fact we are picking, it is due to the malfunction that we are talking about at this point of time. How exactly one can understand this accident well into decoding how it led to the tragic death of nearly over 60 people?
Well, at the outset, my sympathies for the bereaved families. I pray to God give peace to the departed souls. Regarding this crash, let me tell you, Boeing company or Airbus industry, whenever they manufacture aircraft issue, they try all sorts of emergencies. I believe in this particular case, this gear was not coming down. The pilot could have carried out a missed approach and planned for a belly landing with a low speed or a specific field selected by the side of the runway. Now, all these things, of course, what happened actually can be seen after the investigation of cockpit voice recorder or detailed data recorder. But pilots are fully trained on simulators for all sorts of these emergencies. Belly landing, single engine, fire on engine, smoke, pressurization failure, instrument failure. All these training as suggested by the Boeing company who have all tested all these emergencies before releasing an aircraft for commercial flying. Now, these pilots, if the gear was not coming down, he could have carried out a missed approach and burned the fuel. The aircraft has a minimum landing weight, minimum fuel, and tried a belly landing procedure. Why he did not, we really can't find out unless we read the cockpit voice recorder or digital flight data recorder. We can't blame the Boeing company for this incident. It's very unfortunate. There have been a few incidents in India also with belly landing. The aircraft had minor damages and all passengers were saved and crew was saved. Because it was their intelligence, they burnt up all the fuel, then they landed on the belly landing. The best thing would have been to carry out a missed approach, burn maximum fuel, land with the minimum fuel, select a field, and shut both the engines before landing. Because if we have not shut the engine, the fuel line might burst and that's how they can catch fire also. So these procedures are laid down in the proper checklist which the pilot has to follow it. Now, what has all this happened? Why they are there? We have no comments about that unless a cockpit voice recorder is revealing the facts in the cockpit what happened. This is my observation about this crash. It's a very sad incident. It is a sad incident. There was another incident took place in Azerbaijan, but that was a missile hit the aircraft. And I believe the Putin has also apologized for that crash.
Well, anyway, in fact, when we are talking about the kind of accident that has happened at this point of time, it is also to be investigated thoroughly as to what basically is the reason that has led to either the pilot or even the possibility of a default in the aircraft in itself, which has resulted into this accident happening during the belly landing, which is not so in fact frequent when there are such kind of incidents that do take place, but there are measures and then the rescue operations do come quite easily to save at least the lives. The possibility of saving the lives in this regard reduced to zero.
Ma'am, I fully agree with you. The checklists are laid down for belly landing. You have to, if his gear was not coming down, he would have carried a missed approach, opened up and burnt the fuel maximum, kept the minimum fuel on board, and as per the checklist, land with the gear up and saved the lives of all the passengers. Even the aircraft could have been saved. But what happened? What is the seriousness of emergency? Only cockpit voice recorder. What happened in the cockpit with the pilots and the digital flight data recorder, why the gears were not coming in, can be found out. And that can be done only after a proper investigation is carried out.
Indeed, in
but
fact,
the pilots of for all type of emergency, and the Boeing or Airbus industry, they do not release any new aircraft unless they have tested all sorts of emergencies on a simulator.
Well,
So
in
it is
fact,
not, it's futile to blame the Boeing company. Somebody is blaming Boeing company, one of your reviewers and all that. It's a very sad thing. But it is only the quickness of mind of a pilot to save the aircraft and the lives of the passenger. How it has happened, what seriousness was there, why they have not acted like that, it is not known to us and we cannot comment about that unless the cockpit voice recorder reveals the facts in the cockpit.
also the details that in fact we are picking up at this time